All right, welcome back to Handy as Hell, everybody. This is my nice outfit, and this is my grubby work outfit. Right, today what we got on the menu. You can see, well actually let me show you close up. Right, we have a toilet where the customer has installed one of these fancy spray your butt toilet seats. And look at that. Ooh, we've got an extension cord. Now obviously that looks well chav. So he doesn't want that. He wants an outlet down there that he can plug it in. So basically all today is we have some power here, you can see, but we also have a little light switch here, and I've done some work off camera. If you can see inside that box, I have, see if this will focus. Inside that box, I've drilled a new hole down in now. Now these old style electrical boxes, they're called phenolic or phenomic, something like that. I can't remember. It's this type of plastic, this brown type of plastic. They basically just had holes in them back in the day where cables come up. So I've just drilled a nice new hole in there, kind of deburred it so it's not sharp at all. And if we're looking at where the studs are, we know that there is stud work here, and then over to about here there's a new stud about 16 inches on center. It's a bit further over actually, closer to 18 inches. So we want to make the job easy, we want to put down at the bottom there the outlet just this side of the stud, so that when I cut my hole I can just reach my hand in that hole and grab the other end of this wire. And we're going to stick one of these retrofit electrical boxes in there with the tabs that pinch to the back side of the drywall. So we just have to cut that out, and then a nice GFI outlet will go in there. The reason I chose this source of power as opposed to this one is there's already like 1 gazillion wires in there, and that box is quite full. Just on a side note, they had an old AC system with control panels, wired control panels. So I'm going to be patching all of this and just putting cover plates over the top of that. So we'll get on with cutting out that box there. Right, so as you've seen, I've already drawn where I'm going to put this new box. Word of caution, as I said, the stud is on this side. Now, temptation would be to butt that outlet all the way up to that stud, but being one of those blue retrofit boxes, you'll run into a problem where you won't be able to spin the blue tab upwards to seat properly against the drywall because of that stud. So if you're going to use one of those, give yourself a little room for maneuver. Cutting out the drywall, my weapon of choice is the multi-tool. Leaves nice clean cut. You could do it with one of those hand saws, but this is quite a tight space and they tend to leave a more jagged edge. And I got some dust control here as well. Let's get going. Right, there we are. Nice, beautiful, clean hole. And now we will, you can see, you just see inside there? I don't know if you can see that. But that is the stud right there, about less than an inch away. So now we're going to reach in, try and find that Romex that I slipped down there. And as if by magic, there it is. There's the wire. Give yourself some extra length. I know it's wasting Romex, but folks, you really don't want to, you never know what's inside the wall. There might be a little bend that has to be made. So give yourself a little space. So now let's feed that through the box and attach the box. Right, so here we are. Back of the box has these tabs here that you just bend back. Use a screwdriver if it's too tight, but bend it back, feed the Romex through there. Do that first before you install the box, obviously. Okay, so wire fed through the box. Make sure you check your electrical codes for how much wire needs to be protruding from the box. There is a minimum. It tends to be the same in all states, but just check that. And now you are good to fasten the box into the drywall. These are these tabs I told you that flip up, and as you tighten, that cinches down against the back of the drywall. And there we go. Box fitted. Okay, let's hook up the GFI. Right. The sheathing on the Romex is stripped back to the back of the box, and we have stripped the black and the white wire. The ground is there. Now look how idiot-proof this is. So this is just a GFI in isolation, which means nothing else downstream of it is being hooked up. So you can leave this sticker there, you don't need to worry about it. You've got your brass gold terminal there, that is for your black wire, your neutral here on the silver one, and then your ground here. But if you look down the bottom, let me see if this will focus. Let's try this. Right down there, let's zoom in. Look at that. Back wire strip gauge. That's right, folks. Wire's going to slip into these holes here, and there's a top and a bottom hole. You always tighten righty-tighty, so you want the wire to be pushed in further as you tighten. So it's going to go into this bottom hole, so it's going to go in here. So as you tighten, it pulls it in further, okay? And then you strip the wire to that length that it tells you, and you have the perfect setup. All right, let's get on with doing that. As far as the ground's concerned, we're going to create a little loop, and the loop is going to feed in through this gap, and it's going to loop around there so that as we righty-tighty, it tightens that, that wire. So there's my loop already created, so I'll hook them up and show you everything. Let's have us a little look at the situation. So there we go. Neutral, you can see, comes in the right spot. There's the power, comes in on the correct side. And there's your ground with a little loop coming in through that little slot. All hooked up. Now we can just fold the wires back in tidily and attach the outlet. Outlet in. And now we're just going to put the cover on and then move on to hooking up the power. Right, that puppy's in. Now we're moving on to this bit. So, got a bit too much wire here, a bit too much Romex, so we're going to leave about this much. Like I said, check your code again. But now for the warnings. Obviously, there's live power in there. So the first things first is we are going to find the breaker and turn that off and test it with a tester. So let's do that. I think we have success. Always test every single wire in the box because sometimes things are wired up funky. I'm on the second floor here, so the panel's in the garage. All I did was switch off anything labeled bathroom lights or outlets. I had to turn off 3 breakers, save me going up and down the stairs, but that seems to have done the trick. So let's diagnose what we have here. So if I pull these things out a bit, looks like we have, this is the switch. This switch here is for this light here. So it looks like we got power coming in and then going out. So power in and out, so it goes to somewhere else. And then we also got something tapped off here for the switch. So if I connect my power up to this nut here, I know power's coming into here. So regardless of what the light is doing, that outlet down there should be powered. So I'm going to hook up my, let's get some focus, hook up my black wire here, the neutral's at the back there, I can see it, my ground here, and we should be good to go. Okay, power back on. As you can see, light working well, and the GFI is all hooked up. We'll tidy that cord up with some cord holders there down the side of the baseboard. But that's it, folks, apart from the wall plate going on. That is an easy outlet install for one of these all bells and whistles, all singing, all dancing toilet seats. Hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe, leave some comments. Would you have done it differently? All that good stuff. Check out the other videos. There'll be more coming. I'm going to try and post more regular stuff. Hope you enjoyed it. See you later.